Alright, hey guys, welcome to Chan Academy. We are doing this one where I told you guys to write Chan Academy on it. It says check for understanding, and it deals with the weekly profit at the Starlight Cinema. So this is the one you want. Okay. Alright, so like I said, I'll start off with a joke. Okay, forget this joke. Alright, so the joke is let's see, you hire an odd man or an odd job man to do 8 jobs, okay, and the guy goes ahead and does the work, and then when you come back he's only done jobs 1, 3, 5, and 7 because he's an odd job guy, right? So he only does the odd jobs. So there's your joke. Alright, so checking for understanding. Weekly profit at the Starlight Cinema Theater depends on the number of theater customers. According to the rule, P is equal to 6.5 N minus 2,500. Now, this represents profit, right? Because it says the profit depends on the number of customers. And we can even tell what type of variables these are. This is the dependent, and this one is the independent. Okay. Alright, so if at any time this moves too fast, I only have 15 minutes anyways, just go ahead and press pause, and then just rewind. Okay, so that's the point of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the rest of this all the way up to D, and then later we're going to go ahead and start a little bit of the other one. Okay, so I'm going to get you guys started, show you guys how to use Desmos a little bit. Alright, so for the first one, for A, it says to find the break-even point for the business, you will need to find the value of N that produces a value of P equal to 0. Right? Break-even means that you don't make any profit. You make enough money to the point where you're not losing money. Okay, so if we look at this equation, we see that we're losing money right here, right? And that's like the expense of paying for people and having electricity and water and etc. Okay, so to break even, we want to make P equal 0. So we're going to say 0 is equal to 6.5 N minus 2,500. Alright, so remember how we practiced some of these multi-step equations at the beginning of the year? We're going to keep practicing them a little more and more now. So plus 2,500 on both sides. And that's going to end up giving me 2,500 is equal to 6.5 N. Alright, so I'm going to pull out a calculator here. Calculator. And let's do 2,500 divided by 6.5. Right, because I want to divide both sides by 6.5 to clear off the N by itself. And I should have done that one in red, but sorry. I will keep it in black. So that leaves us N equals 384.6. 384.6. So essentially it's telling us we need to sell 384.6 tickets. Now, do we sell tickets as like parts and pieces? No, obviously not. So which one would you rather have? To break even at 384 or 385? Well, it wouldn't be break even per se, right? If you sell 384 tickets, will you be short or will you be gaining money? Well, you would be short. So what you really want to have is 385, which means that you're just a little bit over. You're making a little bit of profit. So 385 tickets. Okay, so let's keep going from here. What profit is predicted if the theater has 750 customers in a week? Well, we can do that right here as well, and this one should be fairly quick. I'll leave it for the calculator to do. You do profit is equal to 6.5 N. Well, it told us what the customers is. The N, the number of customers, is 750. And I have to subtract off 2,500. Now, remember our order of operations, we don't want to subtract first, we want to multiply first and then subtract. So let's go ahead and do that. It's clear. let's get 6.5 times 750 for 875 minus 2,500. That gives me $2,375. $2,375. Okay, and that's B. Alright, for C, what number of customers will be needed to make a profit of $1,000 in a week? Well, that's this one. $1,000 profit, because we replace the profit with 1,000 when it tells us the profit is 1,000. $1,000 is equal to 6.5 n minus 2,500. And now we can go ahead and solve for n. So I'm going to add 2,500 to both sides, and that will end up giving me 3,500 is equal to 6.5 n. Now if I use a calculator, that'll go ahead and give me some solving. So I divide 3,500 divided by 6.5, just so I can get the n by itself. Alright, so that leaves me with n is equal to 538.4, 538.4. So we need about 538 tickets to make $1,000 in profit. And you could round up or down for this one. That's up to you. If you're gonna make $1,000 or more in profit, well, you don't want to only sell 538, because then you'll be short of the 1,000. If you sell 535, then you'll be over 1,000. So I would round up to 539. So 539. And again, if you guys are kind of struggling to keep up with this video, I just suggest you pause and then just go back. Okay. Alright, because I only am allowed 15 minutes for this video. Alright, so how could you answer the questions in part A to C if the only tool you had was your own arithmetic skills or a calculator that could only do basic operations? Well, essentially you don't have to answer that one because I did it for you. This is the way you would do it if you didn't have a table doing it for you. So this is the way you would do it. Alright, so let's look at the other one, which is this one, exploration 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's pull up Desmos. So Desmos is like this. You go to desmos.com, desmos.com. You hit launch calculator, and I can do the first one for you guys. Actually, why don't I do, let's do exploration 2. Exploration 2 goes like this. You have y is equal to x squared, and to do it x squared, you actually press shift and then 6. Right? For most computers, it's the little caret thing that goes upwards. So it's shift plus 6, and that'll give you the exponent. So you have y equals x squared. That's the first one. And you have y equals negative x. Oops, let me do b first. So y equals 2 to the x. So I shift plus 6, and that gives me 2 to the x. The next one will be y equals negative x squared, and the other one is y equals negative x squared plus 2. Now, which one of these things does not fit in like the others? Let's see. It looks like blue is different from the other ones, right? Or that shade of blue. Right, so these three look pretty similar. They're all like U-shaped looking. What I want you guys to do is to pull out a table for each one. So you hit edit list, and convert to table. Okay, and then I also want you to do that for this one. Edit list, convert to table. So click to the next one, edit list, convert to table. Edit list, convert to table. So this is all you need to do, is you guys need to write down the tables for each one of these things in each exploration. And what I want you to do is to focus on what makes these things different, and how do I get from x to x squared. Like when I plugged in negative 2, how did I get 4? When I plugged in negative 1, how did I get 1? If I plug in 0, 0 squared, 0. So I want you to kind of like look at that and and kind of like think about those things, but write whatever you can. I want you to write as much as possible about these things. Particularly, I think the largest thing would be to notice the difference between red, right, and blue. See how this blue? And why is it that red is so much different from green? Notice that red and green seem to be almost the same thing, but they're opposites. What do you think caused them to be opposite? So I want you to try to like write as much as possible about these things. Make sure you do a table for each one, and also for each one there should be something that gets singled out, and in this case it's blue. Blue is not like the others, right? Okay, so this is just kind of getting to used to know like how to use Desmos. Yeah, other than that, have a good weekend, but I guess half of you guys haven't seen yet, so I'm gonna go enjoy my Friday. So I will see you guys in class, and that's essentially it. Just make sure that this is finished, right? The one that says check your understanding, and then just make sure you finish this one, right? So go on Desmos, finish all of these, make sure you plot them all, put a table. You don't need to graph them, but a table for all of them, as well as which one stands out that is different and why. That's just like the main thing. And try to write a sentence or two about the patterns you see, or how the x's become like x squared, and how these numbers are plugged in and you get something else. Okay, so I want to have a discussion and kind of just draw as much of those concepts as possible when we come back on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good weekend.